Now this is our Vikings Giants, and they're hot. The Vikings average 25 points a game.
Yeah.
35% rushing we talked about. So when Kirk Cousins is on, it's great. When he's not, it's not great. Justin Jefferson had 1,800 yards receiving, dude. Like, he's big time. Kirk Cousins was sacked 46 times this year.
No surprise.
46 sacks, man. And we talked about it before the Packers game. Like, he just doesn't see what's about to happen.
He doesn't have that pocket awareness. I mean, once I started really watching him, because I'm like, why are they losing these games? I said, let me pay attention to the backfield when he's throwing the ball and what happened. And sure enough, we pointed it out last couple of weeks before, 2 weeks ago. It's like, man, he is not looking around. Not that you don't even have to look. You just got to use your peripherals to see who's coming down on you and just step up, step left, step right, or step back and get out of the pocket to give yourself a chance, at least to throw the ball away at worst case scenario.
The biggest question mark, I think, for this team is not really Kirk Cousins right now, though. I think it's the center, the play of the rookie right guard, but the center's on the third string guy, and then the right tackle is going to be a backup.
Yeah.
And you just see here, we talk about Ingram, number 67, and we wanted to pick on him all season as well. But this is against the Chicago Bears, not known for their defensive line, but just manhandles, gets back in the backfield, tackle for loss. This is a recurring theme in this game. We got some slant looks now, so they're going to run the slant. They're going to run 45 down, and this is a communication thing. You have a tight – I mean, this is what we call an external cue. If I'm the right tackle and I see his stance, I see the tightness, I see the way the body position is, I'm making a slip call. Whatever the guard was going to do, we are now going to double team this, so I don't have to come out and I can make this hit. Like, you always have to prioritize inside out. He thinks he sees this safety late and jumps. That's problems, man. The safety's not going to make the play if the running back hits the hole hard and hits the ball tight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Constant communication.
Technique, we talk about it all the time. You got to step inside. You have poor footwork. You get, like, if I can tie your shoelaces together, it's going to be a bad play. Right? That's pretty much the easiest way to look at it, isn't it?
Yep. I like that. Yeah, if the footwork's too close together, not in the right position, can't use your power.
We talked about Kirk and just kind of what happens when situations get a little tight. And, like, he's not really – there's no pressure here. There's no reason he can't throw the ball. But sometimes, you just get locked onto a guy. And one of the things about Kurt is when we talk about hot and cold, he's 29 – sorry about that. He's got 29 touchdowns, but he's got 14 picks.
Yeah.
So as we said, Dak Prescott has 15, tied for the league lead. Well, he's in a very close third place with 14. That's not a great year.
Yeah, not a good year. So if they're in the right mindset, Kurt and Dak, then it's going to be the game for their team. But if they're not, something rocks them off their mark of being the quarterback they should be come Saturday, come Sunday, then it's going to be a short playoff season for both teams.
I put Wink on there because of Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Giants, and this dude likes to bring it, man. They're fun to watch. Like, honestly, they're fun to watch. They got a couple of Dexter Lawrence and Williams inside, or arguably the NFC East just has tandems of defensive tackles all over the place. It's nuts. Like the Eagles, the Commanders, these guys. I mean, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Pro Bowler this year. I mean, they're playing. I think he just made all pro on the NFLPA team. You see that they're showing 6 and they're going to drop 1, bring 6 on the other side. Oh, here he comes. And this is against the first team offense for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. This isn't like, you're not playing against Sisters of the Poor here, the second string. You know what I mean? These guys they get down in the red zone. This is a couple of plays earlier. They got everybody up. They're showing it, and they're going to bring it. Like, hey, we'll bring more. We're comfortable. This is what Wake Martindale does. We're comfortable bringing this.
And you got to do that. You got a potent offense like what Philly has or any team they're going to face in the playoffs. You got to do that. You got to make sure you bring more what they can block.
And we talked about it with the Vikings. It's like if you get – and this is what we did with Justin Jefferson. If you get him off his first look, you might be able to get there. It might be a problem.
Progression read is a bit slow, basically.
This is I put this on here. I didn't realize this is the hit that Kayvon Thibodeau started doing the Snow Angels looking like an asshole. By the way, did you see his response to that? He was like, he acted like he didn't know who Jeff Saturday was.
I saw.
Bro, everything that I thought about you before the draft with the way you were talking about you're going to build your brand in New York and all this, like, you're not really worried about football stuff.
Yes.
Like, thank you for making me I felt judgmental for a minute, and then I heard you talk again. I was like, oh yeah, I got it.
Bingo. Thank you for the reminder.
But the Colts do a good job here of offensive line wise. You got to take most dangerous, the running back. Listen, Nick Foles is, I think, the third string quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. So he either has to know the running back's not going to block him, or the running back's got to block him one way or
One
the
of the
other.
two, right?
Yeah, but they get home. They saw they had two guys free there. And then you look at Dexter Lawrence, man. This is going up against Quentin Nelson, who is no joke. He's had a down year, but dude, this guy's legit. He's probably the best, most powerful physical specimen guard in the league, and he just gets absolutely walked. I mean, you just don't see that very often, man.
Interesting. To see that he kind of peeked behind him too, like he was wondering if he was going to hit somebody or something.
Yeah. Whitney's the one to make sure fat guys don't like to fall down. I know that from experience. You see Thibodeau here; they're going to bring 4 off the edge. And listen, one thing you can do, the Niners, Hawkinson's a great player. He's not a great receiver. You can attack their tight ends, and why more teams don't just attack tight ends. I don't really understand, but just the concept here. If I'm going to drive block this tight end into the backfield and just make plays like this, I mean, when you're Wink Martindale and you're moving your guys around a ton, this is just the opportunities that you have, right?